Welcome back to another episode of Rising World on the Radio Man 03, and as always, it is awesome to have you along. Take a look at there. It almost looks complete, doesn't it? Look at the ceiling, look at the roof, look at the cross beams, look at the support beams. Let me take you through and show you what I've done. I've been working with the building mechanics, trying to learn that. There's our moose. There's our buddy the moose. First of all, the wide beam on this post going up I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that it was just one solid piece going up and in terms of the squareness. So I took these beams and I shrunk them down a little bit and centered them on the top of these blocks and brought them up to the bigger beams that hold the roof up. Did that on both sides. I've put cross beams on here. I'm figuring out these building mechanics, guys. I'm figuring them out. I've got cross struts. I'm very excited about this. I have cross struts going all the way, trusses along the roof line, all the way around, up against the wall as well. And this turned out really, really great. I love the way this turned out. I mean, down the road it's probably going to look even better, but here's our roof. It actually tears up this way, and then this overlaps the bottom edge just a little bit so the water runs off really well. And then we've got some flat parts up here, but that's okay. We're going to decorate this up here a little bit, I think, too. And then we've got our big beams shooting out from the edge of the roof and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. And then I've got the roof up on this side, too, and as you can see, it comes down just right onto here, just perfectly. And then we've got to finish the chimney up as well. We'll finish this chimney up. I've decided against having the fireplace on the second floor. I think we're going to go ahead and forego that for the sole fact that I don't think it would be necessary in a house this small. It's a pretty small house. But anyways, I mean, can you believe it? Yesterday, the struggle. In the last episode, which was yesterday, the struggle, and now it's all kind of coming together. I went with the lighter wood up on top and the darker, more rustic, worn-out, sun-beaten beams on the bottom here is what I did there. So I think it's looking really good. I think it's looking really good. Today, my goal is to get the structure completed. The structure completed, all the trim put on, and everything else completed on the outside of the build, including working on the Smithy a little bit. Or the smelter. I've got an idea for the smelter, and I'm going to run that by you guys real quick too. Let's go grid and see if that helps us at all. That grid, I tell you. You know, the building mechanics are kind of interesting. I guess I could do this grid, and what I can do is I can hit control, right control, just tap it, and it's not going to do anything. Shift. Okay, it's going to stretch that out. It's going to bring that back. Okay, so look at there. Now I don't have it. Okay, let's get rid of the grid altogether, and we're going to eyeball this stuff right here. I want, looking back at some of the pictures from the medieval pictures that I have. Let's see, how big do we want this to be along the windowsill? I feel like that's probably a good size right there. Let's go like that, and let's put another one right here. That is really tough to see. Control is a very handy dandy item to have, and it works pretty darn good. I think it does. But there's the different. It seems like it's different building mechanics for different parts of the build. Like the roof, the grid kind of helped me out there, but then again, it kind of made it so it didn't work as well for me either. It's just kind of. I was just thinking to myself, what is this like learning this building mechanic here? And I feel like it's like fly fishing. You guys ever go fly fishing? I mean, it's one thing to fish with a rod and reel. You push the button in and you throw the line out, and that's pretty much it. You know, you've got it all worked out, and it works out just fine and dandy that way. I think I want these guys to be a little bit smaller on this end here, this way. I think I do, like so. And I feel like, you know, when I learned how to fly fish, I had a guy take me out and show me how to fly fish, and he was a good teacher. You know, he showed me how to do it. But at the same time, while out with him, I didn't do very well. I was smacking rocks with the fly rod. I was hitting tree limbs with it. I was busting flies off, and it just wasn't going very well for me. I feel like that looks good right there. Yeah, that does look good. Okay, beautiful. Do we have any windows across the back of the house? I don't think we do, because we've got this mountain back here, right? Yeah. Okay. So eventually what I did was I went out in my yard and I practiced in my yard. I had this big clear area, so I practiced in my yard, and lo and behold, that seemed to work out the best for me, was to just kind of do it on my own that way. Let me get this one put in first. like so. And I feel like that's the same way with this building mechanic too. What's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. Now, if I hit control, that board's going to stay there, and I can walk anywhere I want to with it. Without it, it's going to stay right there. You know, I can adjust it and everything else while I'm gone from it. I can hit grid, and it's going to move it around. But sometimes that grid is not too friendly for you. See what I'm saying? But I have to hit control again, and then that board will come off of there. But if I hit control again, now it's stuck there. It's not going to go anywhere, and I can bring it up, and I can bring it down. I can make it wider. I can make it fatter. I can do all kinds of different things with it. So it's always better to just kind of play with the mechanics yourself. The way I see it, there's G for grid. You got the right control, which takes a board. Like, let's say I put it right here and I hit control, boom, it's stuck there. It's not going to go anywhere. And this allows me to walk around and look at it and see if it's poking through anywhere. Like the first time I put the trusses in the garage, in the shed, the outer work area, the Smithy area, I noticed they were coming through the top because I was using the grid. When I took the grid off and I used control, the right control, I was able to get those boards to snap right up against this roof line on the inside, and they didn't poke out, which was great. So now if I hit control, right control again, bam, I've got that back. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I'm loving the mechanics. I'm getting the hang of it, and I'm really excited about getting the hang of it as well. So we're going to do one there, and we're going to do one right about there, ladies and gentlemen. And then we need to turn this bad boy. Nope, wrong way. Turn this way, and we had some chunkier beams. Let's go get the size of those other ones real quick. Yep. Can you make it? No, can't make that jump. Can't make that jump, radio. No, you cannot. And what's cool is that these guys are actually the same size. So now we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna fatten those up a little bit and make sure we've got this just right. And it looks pretty good to me. So let's go back to the other side, and we shall put those up. So basically what I'm saying is you've got to take the time to play with the mechanics, and that's what I did when I got home from work today. Was I just played with the mechanics a little bit to try to figure out what's going to work for me and how things work. And I tell you what, it really did pay off. Oh boy, this is going to be tough to see, huh? I could almost be up a little bit higher. Yeah, that one did not place very well. I guess I can hit control. This is where I hit control now. I could jump up and see that it looks like it looks pretty good to me right there. So boom, I'm good to go. And we hit control to get that board back to us. And we come over here and let's get right in front of that window and line it up. This intricate work is actually quite rewarding when it comes out and it looks really good. So that's too low. We're going to go up a little bit higher and hit control again. Looks like it might be a little too high that way. Is it putting it right where it needs to be? Looks like it is, huh? And right over here, like so. Boom, like that. All right, beautiful. All right, so we've got those windows all nice and framed in. Let's take a look at those and see how they look. And they look spectacular. Oh, yeah, I like those. Those are nice. Okay, that's good. Okay, next step we want to do is we want to trim out the bottom of the building. Yes, the bottom of the building. Let's see here. Let's get a sip of water real quick. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start in here first, and we'll kind of wing our way around this one here real quick. What did I do here? There we go. And if you hit the backspace button, it erases everything you've done. It puts everything back to the way it was. So let's go like this. And what size do we want these to be? If we go grid, I believe the grid will actually help us in this regard. Yeah, see, the grid's going to take it in and give it a nice, let's hit control real quick, right control. And then you can see it gives it a nice way of it just corners it beautifully in there. It really does. Now I can hit left shift and arrow up, and I can stretch this out. It's gonna go as far as it can go. And then I can come back and, well, we got to take the right control again to get that off of there. And now this is where the grid is not helpful. And this is where it used to just frustrate the heck out of me. So what I do is I hit right control again, and now I can not move anything anywhere. I thought, you know, sometimes it'll let you move the board just a little bit at a time. I'm wondering if... There we go. Let's do this right here. That's going to help, I think, right there, like so. Let's get over here and take a look, and we're going to go like so. If I take the grid and pop that loose, it's just going to take it right off of there. So let's do that right there. Let's run down to this end right here. I made up a bunch of these. Control. And we've got our grid set up, and it looks to me like it's a little bit hanging over there, just a bit. There we go. We're going to do that. And now we can fill in the rest of this with a much longer piece. It's already going to snap in there, so we're going to just shift and arrow up and boom, like so. And we can shift and arrow down. We don't need that much wood overlapping each other. And we're going to do another right click with that there, and boom, and then we can take the grid off, and it looks beautiful. It looks just beautiful in there. Now what I want to do is I want to turn this guy around, and we're going to go over here, and we're going to hit grid again, and it's going to snap it up against the wall there, and we're going to come in like so. I'm going to stretch that out until it reaches this piece right down here, and I'm going to hit control, but I want to see if it's actually poking through the ceiling there, the roof. Let's take a look and see. We don't want it doing that. And it is not, so we're good to go there. So we've got one placed, and now we're going to hit control, and we're going to bring one over here, and we're going to hit control again, and we've got that one there. Okay, let's do one right in here. Lots of supports. This is a huge roof. It would be extremely heavy, I think. So we're going to do one right there, and then we're going to come right over to here, and we're going to put one in right back here behind the smelter, if it'll let me get in there, and pop like so. There we go. And now, get rid of the grid. Oh, the grid is gone. Okay, beautiful. No, it's not. G. There we go. Look at that, huh? So I'm getting a little more familiar with it. As you can tell, I'm very excited about getting a little familiar with it too. That's right. We're getting a little familiar with the old big building mechanics here, people. That's right. That's right. That's right. All right, let's do that, and we're gonna snap that sucker around. Nope, nope. Wrong key radio. What did you do? There you go. And we're gonna hit grid, and this guy's definitely gonna cause us some trouble out here. So let's see if I can hit control. Can I? It's gonna just widen it up. Grid. Take it off, and then. Oh, I see what to do here now. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about now. Let's stretch this out as far as we can. And then we're going to move this all the way down. So we've got our grid, and that pops it into place where we want it to go. Then we can have control on, turn off the grid, and we can snap that bad boy into place, and it's going to do what we want it to do, and it's going to line up beautifully. Okay, so awesome. Awesome. Okay, so now, again, we're going to go with the grid, and we're going to hit right control, and then we're going to turn off the grid and slide this on over like so, and we're going to give it another click like that, and then we can hit control again, right control, and take that off. Oh, I see now. Okay, so again with the grid, control, grid off, we could slide this on over here. Come on over, and then we're going to shift, and we're going to actually shrink this down. We don't need that much wood, and we're going to slide this bad boy all the way over. Look how micro you can get with this stuff, and you can slide it right on over. Come on over, baby. We love you. And a little bit more out, and snap. We're in. We are in. Ha ha ha! Oh, I love it when it comes together. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that on the sides, the side walls now. Let's go up on our scaffolding though. Yeah, scaffolding is fun. All right, let's do this here, and plus it gets us right in front of where we want to work. Okay, so again, grid, just in case you guys are new to this, right control, grid off, shift, arrow up. And we're going to go as far as we can go, and let's see how this looks. That's going to, okay, we've got room, so we're going to just, nope. That's interesting. Shrink that down, I guess. Snap it in there. It won't let me bring it up. Okay, so again, let's shrink this down right now while we have it loose and about. And we're going to get kind of a guesstimate here. And we're going to hit grid. It's going to pull it right in there, and then we can shrink it down a little bit more. And hit right control, grid off. See, that's pulling it in and out of the wall. I don't want it to go in and out of the wall. I want it to go up and down. So we'll go like that. And click. I think we're going to have just a little bit of a poke out of the top of that right there, of the roof, but I think that's going to be okay. Control, grid. Snap that into place right there. We might as well just do this right here. Oh, you know what, though? What that is wasting wood. And pop, just like so. And grid off, and let's see our handiwork on there. Oh, baby, she's coming together. She is coming together. Now, I want to see if I can get one to go right along here. Let's see here. Let's stretch it all the way out. Shift and arrow up. And then we're going to go up to here. This is where it does not pay to use the grid, I think. Let's go control and take a look at that and see, are we up against that? It looks like we are, so I think we're good to go there. But really, this should come down all the way to the roof line. I think it's not liking the fact that that top piece of wood is there. Let's see here. It seems to be having some confusion with that top piece that we put in. Let's see if we remove this, if it will behave better. Maybe if we go grid. See, there it's coming, it's poking through the roof. We don't want it doing that. We do not want it going through the roof. We want it to come just like that, just like that. There we go. Perfect. Just like so. All right. And now that we have this angle with us, let's go ahead and come over here. We're going to take this one out. And we're going to go back to where we were, and we're going to swing this bad boy around. It almost snaps it right into place there too, you know? It really does. And we're going to have it just about reach the edge of the roof. Not quite, so we've got a little bit of a drip edge there. And beautiful. Perfect. Now we're going to come back over here, and we're going to fix this up. So let's shrink this way down again. Shift, arrow key down, and grid. And we're going to hopefully get that to snap in there. Come on, snap in there. This is where I can use, I believe, the control key. Take the grid off, and yeah, there we go. Perfect. Just like that. It melds into place, shift, and we're going to shrink this down just like so. Bam. Control off. Excellent. Awesome. Very nice. I'm going to walk you through this a little bit because I'm learning it just like some of you are learning it. Some of you are professionals, I know, but some of us are not. So we're going to turn the grid off, hit control, right control, hit the grid, and then we're going to use arrow up, and we're going to slide that bad boy right on in there. And a little over to the right, and in some more. It looks like to me like it's doing pretty good. We're going to shift down arrow to make sure we're okay, not poking through the roof, and pop. There it goes. It's in place. Awesome. All right, let's add another one. We got to get this going up here, don't we? Let's just spin it all the way around. All right, let's... All right, and nope. Ah. And we're going to shift and up arrow there, like so. And we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to slide that on up until it kind of, eventually you could almost see it snap right into place. Let's hit control. I don't know if that's actually going in the right place or if it looks like it is to me. Beautiful. All right, there we go. Roof line in. And now what I want to do is I want to, oh, come on now. Come on, don't make me look bad. Don't make me look bad. I've learned so much today. Grid. There you go. Snap that sucker in place. Don't let them slide around on you like that, slippery sucker. And we're going to shift arrow up key. Get this thing stretched out. Let's hit control, right control, and see where we're at. We're right there. You know what? That might not be... Let's bring it down a little bit. Are we still attached down here? It looks like we are. Let's bring it down a little bit more. And we're going to hit control and take that grid off. Oh, I didn't hit control right. Grid, okay, and then right control and then grid again, and now okay, that's right. We're, for some reason, we're on this side of the house. Going up and down, it doesn't seem to work as well. So let's stretch this out a little bit. There we go. And then let's go ahead and get... Let's get our next one put into place, and that's going to be right across here. Yeah. Let's stretch it out. And then if we hit control and take the grid off, we should be able to slide this over. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we can get it over there, and it's going to move in nice and easy and slow, and it's going to look really good. And action. Control. Beautiful. Yeah, I want to get this taken care of today. We've been fooling around with it for quite some time now, and I want to get it. I want to get it taken care of. Not that I'm not enjoying the process. It's just it's time to figure this stuff out and get moving along. You know what I mean? Hope everyone's doing great today. By the way, I know I haven't said that yet. Sorry, I was just very excited about. I got home from work, ate my lunch, and wouldn't you know it, Wasabi laid down in my lap, and I almost fell asleep. By the way, Monday I did fall asleep after my alarm went off. Oh man, you ever do that? I hate it when that happens. I hate it when that happens. All right, we're gonna do grid. It just, yeah, I just dozed right back off again in bed. Wound up sleeping for an extra half hour. Didn't know I did. And then you kind of wake up and you're like, oh. You look at the clock and you're like, oh my God, I fell back to sleep for a half hour. Which kind of sucks because it ruins my morning. Because I usually get up and the first thing I do is I get a cup of coffee and then I watch a little bit of YouTube. I watch a YouTube video. Let's see here. We have two half boxes there. So let's go right there. That's where we're supposed to be. Control, checking it out, shift down, and we should be good to go there. Okay. And it looked to me like I have this one incorrect. So let's go ahead and take this one out and put a new one in. Grid. Nope. We gotta go 4, then grid. And control. It just does not want to cooperate quite right with me. See, it's up there, but it's not coming down to here. What is up with that? I'm missing something in my formula here. Grid. That pulls it away from the wall. I don't want it to pull away from the wall. I want it to there's a little bit showing up there. Can we do that right there? All right. All right. Grid. I think we got it. I think we got it. It's up a little bit off of there, but I don't know what to do about that. And then control, and I know it's gotten very dark. Grid. Is there one right in the middle here? There is. Well, no, why won't it do that over here? Let's go grid. I know it's dark. I'm sorry. Let me finish this one up and we'll go to sleep. Grid. Come on now. Oh, I think we got it. Nope, it's still showing up above there. Isn't that crazy? Did I trick it? I got it. Ha ha ha. All right, let's go to sleep. Let's go to sleep. I hope that helps. Again, it's just a matter of playing with the mechanics and getting the hang of it and getting used to it. Oh my gosh, I think I've been sitting to the side of my microphone the whole time. Hopefully everything sounds okay for you guys out there. Let's gobble up a little carrot here. We only had one carrot. We know about that. All right, let's grab a little more food, and let's eat some tomatoes. Okay, let's take a look at this over here and see how we did. Oh, that is looking so much better. It's a little hard to tell because the sun's not on it right now, but I think that's looking much, much better. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. I feel like we need one more beam, and then I'll do the other side myself. But I think we need one more beam. We need to continue this one all the way up to the top. G. And let's stretch it a little bit just to be sure. And pop that in just like that, and then grid off. Okay, I think that is what we're going to look for right there. Let's take a look and see. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Okay, that is awesome. I'm liking that. Okay, this build here is you know, this is the first building in town, the village. You know, it's the first building, so it's really rustic and really worn out and all that stuff. You know, and it's just been, you know, it's been through a lot of time, and this guy is not, he's not about fixing up the house. He's really not. He's all about grid off. There we go. He's all about work, making money. You know, he's making the money. He's got too much work to do to be maintaining his own home. So he's all about the work. And control, grid, control, grid off, and we slide her back down this way. It's working out so much better for me now. I'm really beginning to get the hang of it. It's a little bit of button pushy, but I tell you what, the intricacies that you can do with this, pretty sweet, pretty darn sweet. And control. So let me get this one done, and then I will bring you back, and we will take a look at this finished product here, and we'll move on from there and move on to the next piece of the puzzle here, probably the chimney. Just a few more pieces to put on here, and then we are done with the trim all the way around the house. I'll show it to you in just a second. Let me get these corner pieces put on here, and I believe we're good to go then with this right here. That is going to be covered up by some grass and stuff down here on the corner, so we don't have to worry too much about that. That'll be all cleaned up on its own, as well as back in here. There we go. Okay, so this is how she looks from the outside on this side here, just like the other side now. We've got the same beams. I did the back end of the house as well. We even have a little cross support going on underneath the eaves on both sides. Looks like we've got a little bit of something going on right here that's not right. Did not notice that before. It's amazing how many different angles you have to look at it to see how you're doing. So let's go control and turn off that grid and see how we're doing here. Okay, and like that. Can we go one more without it going through the roof? Yes. Okay, there we go. So control again. There we go. Beautiful. All right. And this side over here, up against the chimney. Nicely done. Okay. And then we've got our corner pieces on this outside area here, which is substantial. It's fine. Let's take a little sleep here real quick. Holy cow, food and water. Water and food. I'm going to go to bed hungry. I've been working so hard. Working hard all day long. It's coming to me a little bit faster. Control. Grid, control, grid. Turn this on, turn that off. Turn this on, turn that off. But I think, and I also put some cross sections up underneath here too, under the eaves, right here. And then we have it also continuing on over to here with just, you got some raw lumber hanging through there like that. That's good. That's good. That's the cross pieces. You know what I would love to see them add to this game is metal plates. Something that we could put like right here. It's like square metal plates we could put right here that have like 4 bolts in it. That would be really sweet to be able to do that. It would really give, I think, these beams a lot more definition if we could put something in there that makes it look like it's bolted together. Just like an iron plate. Let's say it takes 2 iron plates to make one. Something like that. That would be really cool, I think. And then when you get to some of these bigger pieces here too, where you could do some of that. Put like a couple right along here to just show that those are all bolted together or nailed together or something like that. That would be kind of cool. Some intricate pieces like that. But let's take a look back here. Oh, yeah. See, that's looking much better, isn't it? I think I'm getting the hang of it now. Yeah. She looks better. We still have to put the windows in and stuff like that, but that'll come. That'll come. We'll get the windows in. Right now, today is all about the structure. Oh, you know what we don't have on here is... Yeah, we need to get these guys taken care of, too. Uh-huh. And... I'm still trying to figure out these rules of the game here too. Let's get that, and let's go ahead and girth that up a little bit. I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually combine these windows into one piece. Let's see here. If I do a grid, what's that going to do? Okay, so let's go control, turn the grid off, and that's going to just go up and down. Yeah, that's not going to allow me to do what I need to do. I always forget about that. Right about there. And let's put another one right on top of here. And then we're going to turn this. Nope. And we're going to go here, and we're going to actually shrink this down a little bit. A little bit more. There we go. And we're going to shrink it this way as well. And we're going to go like so. Let's get nice up and close here. Snap. We're coming out the top there on that one. We don't need that much, so let's shrink this down some more. There we go. That should be good, right? If you want to know, just hit control, and then you can step back and take a look, just in case I didn't mention that earlier. So control, and how are we doing? Beautiful, okay. So, and there. You know, it's a little too much perfection. I look at some of these pictures and the houses are really kind of rustic looking and stuff, you know. They've got a lot more flaws in them than we're putting in ours, but it's beautiful. I love it. I'm having a lot of fun right now, especially understanding the building mechanic. It really helps. So I hope I have explained it good. I don't know if I have or not, but God, I hope I did. I hope I helped. Let's I guess we could probably shrink that down a little bit more. Let's put one over here too. And right here. And then we're going to have to, there I go again. Like that. And we want to, no, we don't want to make it longer. We want to make it fatter. There we go. A little bit fatter. And snap. And a snap. Awesome. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Love it. Love it to death. Okay, you know what? Real quick, while I'm thinking about it, it just popped into my head. I've forgotten the last couple of episodes. Somebody asked me, let's go here. One of you guys asked me about this equipment area here. Obviously, we have armor coming, which is going to fill this area over here on the left, but then there's equipment. And they said, you know, the workbench is equipment. Can you store it over there? So let's take a look and see. I don't know that we can. No, you cannot store the equipment over there. That would be nice, though, wouldn't it, to free up your inventory a little bit? You could just take this and throw it right into here. Now, we can also put a clock in here, but I don't know what else is coming that's going to fill in these areas. So that's something for down the road as well. Let's get that set back up again. Okay. All right. Oh, look at that, guys. Guys and gals. Look at there. We've got her set up. The blacksmithy shop is put together, and I believe... Let's take another look around. I think I've got the trim taken care of all the way around the building. Looking pretty sharp. We do have a chimney we need to finish. You know what? That's right, the chimney. The chimney. Chimney. Yeah, I even put the beams here on the along the roof line there, too, for support there as well. Okay, the chimney, let's take a look at that. Let's finish that up right now. Wow, I don't even know. We've got 12 of these. That's the chimney block itself, but which block is the one that we're using for... That's the concrete one. Which is the concrete one? Let's go concrete. It's 125. Let's see if we've got some of these 125s in here. Oh, there's a 125 right there. Okay, beautiful. Okay, like I said, I don't think I want to have the chimney... poking through on the second floor. I don't think I want this. Oh, God, it's really tough to decide. But you see, you can't have a fire pit in here. It'd have to be a much larger chimney, so no chimney up here. We're going to take this out. And the heat from the downstairs would be, in this small of a house, would be more than enough to heat this entire home. I don't think you guys could argue that. It would definitely be able to do that. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to make sure we mark this with that right there. No, we don't. Here, let's just take this down. I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't want to lose my place in the going through the roof. We should be able to place the blocks right through the roof since we use planks. I think. And then next episode, we will work on getting the inside of the house all pieced together again. Smaller pieces of trim on the window and so on and so forth. I don't know how this is going to look on the outside. We'll have to go take a look and see. Well, that one did a crazy thing there. I may be taking too many blocks out. We shall see. Okay, now we want to replace the wall. Alright, let's go back down. Let's get some more of those 125s. Do I have block concrete on me? I do. Looks like we're low on food. Oh boy. Okay, inventory, tomatoes. It's tomato time, ladies and gentlemen. Tomato time. Hope you don't mind the long episodes. It's kind of standard for me to do it this way. Oh, look at that. That doesn't give us much food at all, does it? You really got to burn through the tomatoes to fill it up. The carrots, I think it's like 3, and your food goes up instantly. It goes up really fast. So that's interesting to see. 125 is right there. Okay, so let's go back this way. Let's go out to the chimney first. Let's get this chimney worked out where it needs to go. Inventory. Here we go. And number 5. Oh, I wish there was a way I could get... Can I get to the roof over here? Oh, God. Oh, my leg. I hurt my leg. I hurt my leg real bad. It hurts real bad. It did not break anything, though, so I'm okay there. I usually like my chimneys to open up on the outside, but I don't know if that's going to be too possible. Is that high enough? One more, maybe? There we go. Let's do that there, and let's put this one right here. And let's come up the back side of this real quick, like so. Like that. We're going to get some angled ones to put in there to kind of clean that chimney up. But there, it goes right through the roof very nicely, I think. And then let's go, I think, do we have the flooring blocks for upstairs on us? I don't think we do. Block material 66, is that right? Let's see. Let's take a look and see. Wood planks, I believe. 75. Do we have any of those made? There they are. Just like that. Let's get rid of the scaffolding right here. And we'll put that right there. Alright, awesome. I'm going to fix up that floor. Uh-huh. And we do... Awesome. Oh, I guess... Those show through the roof, huh? You know what? It would not be unheard of, and I've seen this in homes before, where you would have... I'm actually kind of glad this is happening. Let's see. I want to do this. I want to work on work something out for the smelter as well. So we got one more project I definitely want to get a hold of today and take care of, and see if we can arrange something for it. So bear with me on this. It would not be unheard of. That's going outside. Is that going outside? I don't think it is going outside. To have the wall jut out where the chimney is. We had a home, when I lived in Minnesota, we actually lived in a house that had a fireplace for a while. And it did have, on the second floor, an area that jutted out like this, where the chimney was behind it. Now, you couldn't see the chimney, but that was the chimney, so you would have to, you just lived around the chimney. So let's see if that actually poked through out there or not. I'm hoping it did not do that. No, we look like we're good. Looks like we're good. We already tried to jump that once and it didn't work. Let's go back up there real fast. And let's see if we can't get this chimney to open up like a chimney. Now, is it going to allow me to put a block there? Oh, it sure is. Oh my God, that is absolutely fantastic. All right, we're going to have a real chimney. We don't have to fake it. I don't like faking the chimneys. I like to have the chimneys for real. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. A real dang chimney. Awesome. Oh, I love that. Okay, perfect, man. Oh God. Oh no. Oh, my poor legs. Jeez. Oh, my poor legs. I got an idea for that up there too, to kind of clean that up a little bit. Holy crap. Could have been killed. I'm not bleeding. Will my health come up on its own? Or do I, over a period of time? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to stop wasting tomatoes, though. I've got 7 left. Okay, so let's, okay. Ow. Dang, man. It's brutal. Okay, let's go ahead and, let's go back to cobblestone. We've got these guys, and this is what we used for our chimney. Let's take a look at, not those, some of these. Make 10 of those. And let's take these up there on the roof and see if we can't clean that chimney up a little bit and make it look a little bit better. Oh yeah, there we go. That's going to work out just fine for me. That's all we need right there. Like that, just at the top. Just at the very tippy top here. Like so. Okay. And now... Oh, I made it. And now we're going to do this here. No. Oh. Oh. There we go. Like that. Hide it up there against the wall, and like that, and like that, and now we have ourselves a chimney on our blacksmithy. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. We're almost done with this structure, guys. Almost done with the outside. Now, there's one thing I want to do with this smelter here. Let's take a look at something real quick. Where are some blocks I can just... you know what? We've got a bunch of miscellaneous blocks in here. We're going to keep these guys. I want to keep all these. These are the ones we've been using, and they've been pretty instrumental in the build so far. So let's keep those guys right there. Not you guys. You guys can come down, actually. And let's see. I think I've got extra ones in here that I'm not worried about using up. Yeah. And yeah. Okay, there we go. I want to see, is it possible for us to encase this in stone? Ooh, it looks like it might be. I'm just curious about this. Oh my God. Okay, all right, here's what we're going to do. We are going to set this up. The comment about this being reaching temperatures, you know, excessive heat temperatures, and that it would burn a roof down, and you would not want this inside. Oop, lost that one. They're getting stuck right in the smelter. Smelter's like, you're not going to see that block again, son. It's gone. Did it go in? It went in there, right? Yeah, okay. You would want this to have its own chimney. Oh, that's going to be difficult, though. Let's see, what do we got here for room? You know, the thing is if I do this now, it's really going to mess up the roof, and the roof is not going to work the way I want it to work. I would have to rework the entire roof. What I was thinking about doing was taking this, turning it so that the face would be this direction here, and then building a structure around it with a little chimney that would go out the roof. Can I add blocks way up here? Just right on top of this? No, it won't let me do that. Okay. It's possible. Maybe. See, I don't know if it would be possible to even slide this over a little bit more to where we have this gap to go through with the chimney out of here. I don't know that we do. What we could do is we could slide the smelter out a little bit further so that the exhaust pipe is actually outside the roof. How about we do that instead? Because I got to thinking about that, and I thought, yeah, you know what? It would burn. It would burn. We don't want it to burn, so we've actually let's get these back where they belong. You guys are the rejects at this point in time in our world, and we have our good ones over here. These guys right here are the ones we were using for the ground. And then this is going to allow me to test something else out. Somebody asked if it was possible to move the smelter with the sledgehammer. I have no idea. I have no idea. How many more of these do we have? 7, huh? So let's see. Can we move this with the sledgehammer? It's not looking too good. I'm going to make another one anyways because we're moving it, so. It takes a while to break it with a pick, so we'll see if we can even break it with a wow. Oh, wow, look at that. The blocks were underneath there. Well, aren't you nice? Let's make a new one, a new smelter. Dang it. Well, that takes care of that question too, huh? The answer is no. You cannot move the smelter. I don't think you can move the smelter at all. So now we know. Crafting stations, smelting furnace. I don't have 4 lumber on me. Are you kidding me? Do I have any wood? Wow, I used up all that lumber. You know, not knowing what you're doing tends to use up a lot of stuff right away. Smelting furnace. Craft that object. There we go. All right, beautiful. And we need that in our inventory, please. Thank you. We could still do a little doctoring up on this. We can. Although it doesn't need to be doctored up. I think the smelter's a really kind of a cool, cool thing. We're going to turn this around. Like so. And I don't know that it's completely out from underneath here, but it's pretty darn close. And we'll build a little wall out there around the outside of it. Let's hit control and take a look. We'll have to control... Oh. Grid? Control? Grid? Do I have to hold control? There was a way to hold... Now, answer this question for me. What do I push? I'm supposed to be able to push a button down. Is it return? No. Shift? No. Control? No. This control over here? No. This shift over here? No. There's supposed to be a way to set this down so I could walk around it and take a look at it to see if I like the way it's sitting. This way we've got the fuel door just over here on our left, which is good. I don't know if we're hanging off of the back though. Oh, left mouse. If I hold down left mouse, I could walk around it. Okay, beautiful. Okay, we are on there. Oh, that smokestack is... It is outside. Okay, it's pretty much outside. It's not completely out there, but it is mostly outside. Oh, shoot. Dang it. Now it is. We'll have one more row of blocks there. And is our furnace door... Okay, our furnace door is handy there. Okay, so holding down left click and now holding down right click, I should be able to place this okay. Like so. Boom. All right, awesome. And then we're going to want to move this guy too. 2 and a 3. And you are all by yourself in here. Okay, beautiful. We need a few more of these guys though here. Let's go ahead and grab... I think we can just make some, right? This was not cobblestone. I believe this was bricks. Yes. Okay, so let's go. Let's make up 30 of those this time and see how that's going to be enough for us here. And let's put those right there. Right on number 5. Number 5. Kind of an outdoor area. There we go. And let's go ahead and bring this over. No, let's not. Let's not and say we did. Ooh. Gotcha. Okay, cool. We get through there. I can open that and close that. That's very good. All right, and then inventory, we are going to put in one of these guys right here. Again with number 5, and let's see, we're here. We're here at the smelter. We turn, and our anvil sits right here. We're going to go grid. Turn it on the grid. We're going to have that sit just a little conky-wampus on there, not completely straight. And sleep. There we go. Beautiful. Oh man, we're making some serious progress today. I'm so pleased with our Smithy, our blacksmith shop. Let's get these out of the way so we got a good look at it. There we go. Almost there, guys. Almost there. I know it's another long episode, but I felt like now that I finally have figured out pretty much how the building mechanics work, I still have some, learning to do, but I think I feel more confident now than I did. I can tell you the last episode, that's for sure. Oh, what's this? You guys are not supposed to be up here. Come on. Come on down. Huh. Okay, beautiful. And this is definitely, it's not it's not as far out as it probably should be, but it is outside. So that gives us a room here to put like maybe a chair and some chests and a couple of crates and a few other decorative things out here, and make this look really like a shop. And just have some fun with it. Maybe make some shelves in the wall where he'd store some of his tools and stuff. But yeah, the decorating stage is definitely next. We've got all the trim work done. Let's talk about this real quick. Trim work is done. I'm happy with how much of this we have going on around the building, as well as around all the eaves and everything else. It all looks very nice. We have our overhang here over the outside area where the Smithy would work. He can stay in here outside of the rain, but then still work on stuff while this is, of course, venting outside. We have the fireplace installed, which it is a complete fireplace. It goes outside. The bedroom, we have windows here and over here. And that's good for the windows, I think. I don't want any more windows in here. I want it to be kind of a, not as windowy as we'd like. You know what? The only other place I think I would like to see some trim is right in here. Come on now. Is right in here is where we would need trim pieces. Wow, this is weird. Maybe the grid will help pull that up. There we go. Holy cow. Jeez. What a nightmare. But something like this would be very good, I think. And then we can, of course, stretch these out, and we'll add some of these up here in the inside of the house. And get rid of the grid. Now that we have these guys set up here, I think when you have the grid on, it wants to pull it halfway through the wall, and we don't want it doing that. We want it to be on this side of the wall here. So we can actually manipulate this quite easily from here. And that should be able to go up there like so and not actually exit the house like that. So I'll put some of these in here. And then I also want to do some cross beams, possibly. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll come up with a different idea. I thought we should probably put some cross beams across here, but I don't think we need to do that. The chimney needs a little work on the inside, but that's all the decorating work along with the windows. So we'll take care of that in the next episode. But there you have it, guys. The blacksmithy shop, construction-wise, on the outside, trim work outside is complete. Yeah, I love it. It turned out really great. Thank you for being patient with me on learning how to use the building mechanic. We've got that, I think, kind of worked out now, so it's getting a little bit better. I'll just have to get to know which keys push the board which direction. But other than that, the control and the grid and all that good stuff. I'm starting to figure that stuff out, so it should go much faster now. But there it is, the Blacksmithy shop, huh? Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your support of the series, and welcome to the new subscribers. It is great to have you on board. I'm the Radio Man 03. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. I want you to have an awesome, fantastic, and superb day. I truly mean that, and I look forward to talking to you again next time.